A while back, I started buying a house with my boyfriend. We decided to let his brother and his brother's wife and kids live with us. The wife and I each got pregnant within a few months of each other, and so the house was totally wrapped up in baby preparations. Well, when it's her turn to give birth, he gets back with her, and he's all aglow and happy, saying how much the new baby looks like him, and he says I couldn't deny her the baby if I tried even without the paternity test. I thought this was a weird thing to say. As far as I knew, their relationship was good, so I didn't see why they would do a test. The first time he said it, I let it go, but he said it a few times to a few family friends, and it really started to bother me. Especially that everyone just took it in stride. Finally, when everyone was gone to various places, I asked what he meant by that. I was like, you keep talking about a paternity test, what's that about? And he said it was the one they do when a baby gets born at the hospital, and I asked what he meant, and he got frustrated and said, you know, the one they always do at the hospital when a baby gets born, like you guys when yours was born, so they can put it on the birth certificate. It confused me even more. I explained to him we didn't have one done, that we filled out the birth certificate paperwork beforehand, and all they did was ask my boyfriend if he was the dad, and he said yeah, so they marked it down. He got really quiet, and it kinda clicked for me that something was up, so I said maybe it's because I have different insurance, because that's all I could think of. Well, he shut himself in his room, and when his wife got back they had a huge fight, and it turns out she's been cheating on him for like 6 years. Everyone is upset with me for telling him because it ruined their happiness about their new baby. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. You're the least person to be the idiot here. Obviously, your brother-in-law had a lot of anxiety about being the father of the child, and for good reasons. Their happiness was based on very fragile foundations. If learning about hospital works can destroy it. To blame you seems to be an easy way out for people who want to deviate from the matter at hand that has nothing to do with you. Please don't let anyone make you the bad guy of this story, this wouldn't be healthy for anyone. Not the idiot. There's a good chance he'll have to pay for this kid for the next 20 years anyway. Disgusting that she'll get away with partially enslaving this guy by tricking him into thinking he was loved. Partial enslavement might not be the right term, but I can't figure out how to describe being immorally forced to give up your pay, freedom to move jobs, lower paying not stressful, obviously you can go to higher paying, and derailment of your life or dreams to support some parasite and her baby. Not the idiot. What he said was so completely out of left field, it was reasonable to ask what the hell he was talking about. And then when you realized, you tried to spare his feelings with a maybe it's different insurance excuse. What in the hell is everyone's problem for being upset at you? Dear Lord, you are not the idiot. The man deserved to know. Maybe they can fix their relationship, maybe they can't, but just because the fallout is inconvenient doesn't mean he didn't have a right to know, or you did anything wrong. My fiancé makes this really stupid face in pictures. Smile big, but with your mouth closed. Then just let your jaw hang open. It's this awkward weird cross between a smile and gaping mouth. Sometimes he just opens his mouth really wide without a smile and looks super I don't know, shocked. Excited. He only does it sometimes, though. Before we started taking pictures, I just asked him if we could try to make these nice pictures so we can share them. Got the camera ready and he makes the face. I asked him if he could just smile regularly, he got all pouty, saying that's no fun and come on, lighten up. I got really frustrated because we took about 5 pictures with that stupid face. I even made the face with him once, thinking it would get him to do a normal one, but he refused. I got really frustrated and asked him why he's doing this, does he not want to make an announcement, etc., and he said he did, but he didn't get what was wrong with showing a little personality while we did it. I said that we don't have many nice pictures of us other than ones at other weddings, where he's not making that face, so can we just get one? And if it's so important to him, he can send the one of us making that face together to his family or friends, and I'll send the other one out to mine. He said that was stupid. I finally said fine, we'll just send out an old picture from someone's wedding or something where we actually look nice. He told me I was being hypersensitive and it shouldn't matter so much what other people think, and I said it's not about what other people think, it's about what I think. Maybe I went too far, but I said, if you can't even just pose for a few pictures with a normal face instead of looking like you're a drunk frat guy, maybe you're not mature enough to get married yet. He said I overreacted big time and is pissed at me for that comment. I ask him what the hell that face is supposed to be, since it's obvious not a smile. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. Your comment is hilarious, and your boyfriend is a hypocrite. He obviously doesn't care about how you feel, but cares when his feelings are hurt for you, rightfully pointing out he looks like an idiot in the photos. One thing I'll say is that it is very likely your boyfriend is insecure about how he looks. He makes stupid faces because if he makes a normal face and then it doesn't turn out well, he will feel like he ruined the photo with his looks. If he makes a stupid face and acts goofy, he can always laugh off the photo and say he wasn't trying to look good anyways. Not the idiot, with bonus points for the sick burn. The reason he's making those faces and accusing you of caring what other people think is because he cares what other people think. He's embarrassed about doing a public announcement and is trying to make a joke of it, probably so that his friends don't poke fun at him or something. Unfortunately, he's approached this in the worst way. He should have said he wants to do something else, but instead he's just trying to ruin the way you want to do it. The smile in pictures may not be a hill to die on, but a partner who refuses to respect your feelings. Not the idiot. You just got the first taste of what being married to this guy will be like and how little he cares about your valid feelings. Once you are married, it's only going to get worse. Hell, do you want all your wedding photos to have this guy next to you, looking like you married a male blow-up doll? You're not the idiot, but if you marry this guy despite his being unwilling to not humiliate you, you will be an idiot to yourself. So, my daughter, 8, goes to a school system that just recently jumped on board with remote learning. As in, we literally just got tablets set up through the school last Friday. Prior to this, my daughter was going to school twice a week and was never sent home with any sort of school or homework. Instead of easing their way into the remote learning like most schools have done, they decided to slam my daughter with 137 assignments the same day that the students were given the tablets. I'm sure you can see my frustration. On top of this, the assignments are due today. All 137 of them. Not to mention the 6 mandatory Zoom meetings throughout the day, which leaves very little time to do the actual assignments. And you can't access the assignments past 4 p.m. or on the weekends. My daughter and I have been working very hard. Literally, from 5 a.m., my daughter is an early bird, until 4 p.m. in the evening, we are on that damn tablet trying to complete these assignments. Which literally leaves my 9-year-old, my other child, with no help on his homework at all. This morning, during a mandatory meeting, my daughter's teacher asked how everyone was doing. Her teacher is one of those teachers who should have retired 20 years ago and is an idiot to all of the students and cuts them off mid-sentence every single time they speak. So when it came time for my daughter to answer, my daughter said, "I'm feeling really overwhelmed," and her teacher said, "Well, life isn't fair, is it?" And then went to move on to another student. Before she did, I said, "Excuse me," and popped my head into view of the camera. Her teacher instantly started saying, "That came out worse than intended." My response was, "Yeah, I think not actually. I will be in contact with the school since you feel it's necessary to instantly shoot down students that you are supposed to be helping." I then logged my daughter off of her meeting and called the school. My husband said I'm being a Karen and that the teacher is probably just overwhelmed. I told him that I truly don't give a crap if she is overwhelmed. She chose this career and it's hard on everyone currently, but that gives her no right to be a raging idiot to students who were just slapped with 137 assignments, whom barely even know how to work the school's pages because there was no training or overview. Oh, hell no. I work in retail, face to face with customers losing their maskless crap at me on the daily, and I'm expected to take it and respond calmly for a wage that barely covers living expenses. This is a teacher at a private school dealing with kids over a computer who can't respond in a calm manner to a child telling her I'm feeling overwhelmed, who only reacted with any sort of embarrassment when she realized that the parent hurt her. Not the idiot. 137 assignments due in a week for a first or second grader, and seemingly a lot of them involve writing essays that are more advanced than high school or college level essays and assignments. No freaking way, dude. This crap isn't happening anywhere. No teacher is going to take the time to put that kind of workload on themselves. Even for a small class of 10, being really generous, that's 1,370 assignments they'd have to go over in a short amount of time and get put in. That would take literally days of input and work going as fast as possible to accomplish. Not the idiot because teachers need to be very aware of how they deal with children. Teachers are allowed to make mistakes, but that teacher only felt bad because she got caught. It's unclear to me if this workload and the restrictions are coming from the teacher or are coming from the school. That would change how I would address the overall, larger problem going on. It does sound like this teacher was given requirements for her class without any teaching or guidance, which doesn't excuse her demeanor, but does place it in a larger, more problematic context. My ex-girlfriend and I had been dating for 4 years, but at least 6 months ago we broke up, not on bad terms, but long story short, we just both realized that we weren't heading in the same direction. Shortly after that, she found out she was pregnant. We talked about how we would handle things, and both agreed to just be friends and parents to our baby, despite the unexpectedness we both were, and I still am, very excited. We explicitly agreed platonic parent relationship only. We started getting quite close and hanging out a lot again, which I thought nothing of. After all, we ended on good terms and we were going to be friends and co-parents, so it made sense. One night at my house, she tried to kiss, and I stopped it in its tracks as I was not comfortable. I told her I wasn't interested in a relationship at all and just wanted to focus on myself and our baby. She got quite angry and started shouting at me, asking why I would have a baby with her if I didn't want to be with her, how could I do this to her, etc. I just told her I was clear about this from the very beginning and I asked her to leave and we could talk tomorrow. The next day, she told me she didn't want to have a baby out of a relationship and that she was getting an abortion. Unfortunately, she found out she was too far along and informed me we would be giving up the baby for adoption. I flat out told her no way, I would not let her do that at all, which is where I might be the idiot. She came to my house very angry and again asked how I could do this to her. This is where I might be the idiot, again, because I told her that she is the one who chose to have this baby and I was clear about my stance from the beginning. If she misinterpreted my stance or was deluded enough to convince herself otherwise, then that was on her, not me. She screamed that she was breaking up with me, even though we were already broken up. She talked to my parents and sister, and now they are mad at me as they really like my ex, and how can I do this to her, and her parents came to my house crying and begging me to give it up for adoption. Over the past few weeks, I have probably been asked 10,000 times how can I do this to her. I told her dad, who had since come to my doorstep at least 5 more times, that I'm not doing anything to her, and if he asks me that one more time I'm going to write it on a piece of paper and shove it up his back before getting a restraining order. Part 3 of where I might have been the idiot. That was mainly a result of my frustration from being harassed, but I am not trying to excuse it, as I know he was just trying to help his daughter. At first, I thought I was overwhelmingly in the right and that they were the wrong ones, but now everyone has me questioning everything. I know it screws for her, but I genuinely, if she didn't want a baby out of a relationship, she should have had an abortion when that was available. Not the idiot. I saw your comments and see you have an attorney already. That is very good. Just take precautions for yourself so that you are safe. I think you need to have a formal sit-down talk with your parents. At 28, they probably expected that you two were going to get married and are hurt. I personally think it is an idiot thing for your parents to be guilting you, but they probably don't really fully understand the situation. I would also talk to the attorney about how to deal with the ex and her family. No idiots here. She is pregnant and hormonal and worried about her future. She doesn't want the baby, but is being forced to give birth because it's too late for an abortion. If you truly want to raise the baby alone, then take full custody. Don't involve her beyond child support. There was another post here a long time ago about a situation like this, and the man wanted to force the woman to be in the child's life. If you are ready to raise the child alone, great. If not, the child will suffer from feuding parents and a mother who didn't want it. Not the idiot. If you want to be a single dad with full custody, great. However, make sure you have the financial resources and a plan to be a single dad. Make sure that you are doing this because you want the child and not because you want the child and want to get back with her. I just want to point out that if she does not want this child, do not think or expect her to help you out when it gets hard. She can give you the child, pay child support, and choose to never see the child. Never seeing the child is also her right. Some context first, I had to get my several organs removed in 2015. I'm dealing with menopause at 28 years old and still deal with a lot of pain. This is just my life now. I admit that the chronic pain definitely puts me on edge quite often, and I have a lot less patience than I used to have. Now for how I may be the idiot. I had gotten a puppy mid-summer, and he was approved to come to work with me after he was 6 months old, got fixed, training, etc., so he started bussing on my lap with me. Lots of people ask to say hi and stuff, I don't mind. I got him because I decided my life isn't viable for adopting a child, low wages, no time, and I'm single. I had a rough childhood in poverty and refused to bring another kid into that. Pretty much, the universe is telling me that children just aren't in the cards, and I've accepted this. Anyways, yesterday I was on my way home from work with my puppy sleeping on my lap. A woman sat next to me and started gushing over him and then started talking to me. Puppies are excellent practice for children. That's nice, but I'm not having any. Oh, never say never. I used to say that too until I popped out 3 beautiful sons. Starting to get really uncomfortable. Cool, good for you. Not going to work for me. Well, you're still young, you better get started now before you miss your window. The clock is ticking. At this point I was near tears from frustration and said, "Lady, I don't have a uterus, so I think that window had freaking long passed. Maybe you should put more thought into what you say to strangers before opening your mouth next time." She looked at me shocked for a moment before she spit out, "Huh, maybe it's a good thing you can't get pregnant. You have the attitude of an abusive parent." I had had enough and got off at the next stop, even though I was several stops away from home, and cried on a bench for a while. When I got home and started venting to a friend, they said that what she said was obviously horrible, but I shouldn't have antagonized her and just moved to a different spot when she wouldn't drop the subject. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot, but I would recommend simply saying sorry, we don't know each other, and this is an inappropriate topic for strangers. Have a nice day. Cut it off before it reaches an upsetting point. And put in some earbuds or leave it at that. I have a kid, went through traumatic labor, and still get asked by random strangers, "Oh, he's so cute. Do you have more?" My response is always no, and this is a sensitive topic for me, and that seems to shut people down quickly. Not the idiot, I'm 29 and had a rare uterine cancer that required immediate removal of my uterus and 1 ovary. I lost my chance to have children at 26. It's been 3 painful years and I feel your pain. Hell, that lady. She's a crap person, probably raising crap people. I'm so sorry this happened to you. I had my own break triggered by a stranger while I was at work. It wasn't the same situation, but I did cry a lot. Good vibes to you, OP. Keep your head up and love that puppy with all your heart, my pup has mine. Not the idiot. That lady was presumptuous, and persisting to press the issue after you tried to shut it down was just rude. It's pretty much a cardinal rule that you don't ever badger people about having or not having children. I'm also sorry some random idiot decided to pester you to the point where you felt compelled to reveal deeply personal medical information just to get her to shut up. I wish you good health and happiness in the future. Enjoy that puppy.